Hello everyone, odedex here, welcome to episode 51 of my Synth Let's Play. So I'm here in my Thumbcraft laboratory because before starting today's activities I noticed that my sword is being really low on durability, it's about to get destroyed. And I decided that instead of simply letting it be destroyed and getting a new one, I might just as well throw it inside the cauldron and shift right click on the cauldron. So I can collect a little bit of the aspects from it instead of just, letting it be destroyed and getting nothing from it. And since I already have a new one which I found from one of those dungeons, I could right now hopefully get something good. Let's see what I get. Nothing too useful. Did I manage to find a charging or a repair enchant so far? I actually don't remember. I've got looting, but unbreaking, but I want is repair. Repair is the most luxurious enchant that I'm looking for. I got charging, but that's not good enough. Nope, haven't got repair yet. I think maybe repair is something of either it's really rare, or either it's bugged that you can actually get it, or it's really something that you're not supposed to get. Alright, so after I ended the previous episode, I actually added a chunk loader here, which I forgot to add during the episode, because obviously if this chunk is not loaded, it doesn't actually make much sense. So I made it on the line X chunk, basically on this line of chunks, and a radius of 2, so it's pretty good. So there are a couple of things which I wanted to change. The first one is this. As you can see, the MFSU will very soon be full. And when this is full, I don't want to waste any of those uranium cells, I rather stop this. So there is basically a very simple thing that I want to do. The thing is, it would not work as is right now, because if there is an option for the MFSUs, you can turn them to do something with redstone depending on their power level. So for example, right now the redstone behavior is immediately full, which is exactly what I kind of want. Now the thing is, because it's right next to the block, I can't actually interact with the redstone. So emissive partially filled, that doesn't make much sense. Right now it's emitting redstone, but I'm also getting redstone from here. Or emissive empty, that also doesn't make much sense. Anyway, the solution is pretty much either moving that MFSU one block away, or simply getting another MFSU so I have a larger buffer, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to create just one more MFSU quickly, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I got my second MFSU. I'm going to very simply place it right here. So it just acts as an additional buffer, this one. So again, making sure that this one doesn't do anything if it's full of energy. Okay, nothing. And this one will emit a redstone signal if it's full. I'm going to move this NOT gate and this thing away from here. So I don't have to use so many resources. I can just use a tiny amount. Okay, so let's have it right here. This thing will be here again for the same number, the 5000. The temperature is higher than 5000, it will emit redstone signal, and that redstone signal will come from here, and that redstone signal will come from here. Why did that just do this? Oh, okay, because the redstone, okay. There we go. Now, if this is full, or for example, emissive partially full, this stops receiving energy because this stops being powered up. Obviously, I'm only gonna emit if it's full. There you go. So this problem is solved. Now, the next thing I would like to solve is actually getting energy in and out from here. So the design that I was looking for, that I kind of made up in my head, would be to use some sort of a red power system to retrieve energy using Lapotron crystals, like insert Lapotron crystals, Lapotron crystal and then move it out, and then basically move it around using ender chests. And The only problem that actually came up with so far in my head would be how to get energy for the retriever, but I don't think that will be a problem. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to need a filter, a retriever, and a new ender chest network. So let's get those. Alright, so for my new ender chest network, I can pick a lot of colors, but I think I'm gonna go for yellow. So for electricity, because electricity is usually a yellow lightning symbol. So I think that's cool. Alright, so I'm gonna need two ender chests, two ender pearls, two yellow wool, obsidian, and I will need two normal chests, and I will also need some blaze rods. Alright, so two ender chests, yellow ones, that will be my new network. Next up I'm going to need a retriever, which I'm pretty sure, oh, I have one. Not sure why. Oh, from my old magmatic engine setup. Alright, so I got my retriever, awesome. I'm going to filter, no problem. I'm also going to need some Lapotron crystals to actually move the energy around. Let's start with 4. Yeah, sure, 4, why not? So I'm going to need 4 of those. All of them will need to be turned into redstone ones, and I'm going to need lapis to change them into Lapotron, and some circuits, which I think I don't have enough of. Let's just create some more. Alright, so I make all my energy crystals, and then turn them into the Lapotron ones. So they simply can store more energy. Alright, so 4 of those will be enough. Obviously, it's actually even more than enough. Theoretically, I don't need more than 2, but you know, just having a small buffer. Why not? Let's do some order in here, and I should be fine. For the time being, I'm simply gonna place one of those chests here, because then again, I'm gonna obviously move that energy in one of those MFSTUs, so it makes sense to place it here for now. Okay, so for the other thing, I'm going to need, let's see, I will need a retriever, a filter. I'm gonna need a solar panel and a bat box. That will be a good idea. A battery box for red power. So that's some batteries, some copper, some tin, and nickelite. Which is more? More copper. Okay. Wow, I really am short on those materials. And nickelite. Right, so 10 batteries. Can't I create more? Oh, I just need more nickelite. Alright, 16 batteries and some iron, some blue electric ingots, and some wood. So let's get, I think I can manage with 1. You know what, let's get 2. Just in case, they wouldn't hurt. So let's see, how am I doing so far? This one isn't full yet, half full. This one is actually more than half full, because while it's moving 512 EU per tick every tick, it's also getting full by about half of that every tick, so it's generating more than it's outputting. Well, no, it's generating less than it's outputting, but it's also still generating while doing something. Okay, so to begin with, I'm going to need one of those Lapotron crystals filled up. I'm actually being very hopeful here that actual filters and retrievers can recognize different, if like a full crystal is not an empty crystal. This is not so obvious, to be honest. I'm really hoping that it will work. And I forgot to get some tubes. So I've got everything that I need, hopefully. So this tube will be here. This tube will be here. Actually, I didn't calculate the room good enough. Apparently. Or I can just move things around. No, I don't have to. Okay, so the retriever will be here. So it will be retrieving from the full that box or MFSU into something in here. That torch will have to be moved. That chest will be here. No, here. Like this. And that filter will be facing not like this, but no, it was fine, like this. Right. Yep. Okay, so this one will be filtering out full lapotron crystals. This one will be filtering out, will be retrieving, sorry, this one will be filtering out empty. This one will be retrieving out full. And the only thing remaining to do is actually just get the power in here somehow. So what I was planning to do, simply make a hole in the ceiling. Now this is not something that I actually very like, because this reduces the how much this thing is blast resistant from quite a bit to not so much, because now it can like leak from the ceiling. Yeah, where is my solar panel? Did I forget to bring it? Okay, let me go get it. So while getting into this, I had to actually make a couple of more. So I got 5. Let's make that small awesome flower in here. It will obviously take some time to recharge. Yep, but it is charging. And the last part is just making everything run on a timer. Now obviously I brought a timer and forgot to bring alloy wire, but let's at least start thinking about how to do this. Yeah, it's going to be actually very simple. Every like 10 seconds, I'm not really going for as fast as humanly possible and efficiently possible, just going for something that will work. Every 10-second tick, an empty one in, a full one back inside, and let's get some wire. So hopefully it will work. Let's wait for the tick. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should tick an empty lapotron inside. There we go. Now it's being charged. Now my actual only thing I'm worried about is to make sure that the full one doesn't get out when it's not needed, and it doesn't so far. That's good. Let's just wait for it to get filled up and see that, well, so far it seems fine, doesn't pull it out, so that's a good sign. This filter did take out more than it should have, apparently. Oops. It seemed to have taken... What? Where are the rest of them? Are they like inside the inner buffer or something? Okay, let's give it a second. Okay, so this is about just to get full. Okay, waiting for the next tick. Ticked. Something. Okay, there we go. Awesome. So it's working. Now, oh, I know where is the last one. I've got, yeah, 2 of them. One of them in the retriever, one of them in the filter. One of them was inside, and one of them was in the inner buffer of the filter. Okay, so I was worried where all of them were gone, and I forgot that I actually placed 2 of them inside the filter and the retriever. Alright, so the first part of moving the energy is done. Now the second part will be actually using it back in my base. So I came here back to my place, hoping to find that one lapotron crystal that was full, but it's not here. So I have a feeling that for some reason the filter does not know how to recognize between a lapotron crystal and a full lapotron crystal, which may be a problem. Well, it's not maybe a problem, it is a problem. And I think, yeah, it just inserted a full one. That filter doesn't know how to recognize between an empty crystal and a full one. However, or actually maybe what I gave him to filter is the problem. Let's see. What did I give him to filter out? Yeah, just a lapotron crystal. Let's empty one. Maybe that's the problem. Okay, so now this one is officially an empty crystal. Let's place this here. This one is full. This one is unknown. Let's give it a small charge and then let it empty. Okay, so this one right now isn't pulling out full ones because it's looking only for empty ones. So if I place this empty one here and wait for a tick, it should... We used to have a jetpack. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this problem is fixed. Okay, so I'm thinking, where exactly do I actually want that extra power? Do I want it in my MFSU? Not MFSU, in my mass fabricator? Or do I want it to be a part of this MFSU system? And I'm actually not sure. Yeah, you know what, I think I'm actually, after all, I'm gonna do it here. I'm gonna add another MFSU around this area, so it will be a part of the entire network, including those machines. And only, again, if those machines are not running, only then it will go to the mass fabricator. Because eventually, yeah, I actually made my graviton plate, chest plate, and I made all the quantum suit leggings, and I actually, quantum suit armor, and actually, what are the uses out there for iridium? What's this? A Varja core? Anyway, yeah, there is no other use for iridium pretty much. I used everything and created the armor, created everything. Now, of course, I can create diamonds out of it and other materials, but I don't actually need it anymore. It's not as useful. So, yeah, as a last resort, if I'm too full in energy, then sure, but as is, not really. Alright, so again, let me get the array of things that I need. So I actually figured out that 6 Lapotron crystals only are also not enough, because I'm going to need the same as I need 2 here to filter things out. I actually need 2 more to filter things out on the other way. So I made 6 more, and I'm going to just add them. But one more thing before I do that, I actually also wanted to... Why is it not working? Oh, okay, I guess it's fine. Okay, no, I actually... Okay, I see what's the problem. I wanted to take the signal from here, not from here. Because once this is full, it ignores the fact that this is not full. And I want it to all of them be full. So it's only once this is full, this will stop emitting energy. Okay, so now it's fine. I also decided to add this tube, so I actually can collect from 2 of them at once. So it's a little bit more efficient. Even though, obviously, since they're being collected at 500 EU per tick, where I'm only generating 200 EU per tick, collecting from both at the same time may not make much sense. But obviously, since sometimes there is a buffer of when I don't actually create energy versus consume energy, then yeah, it starts making sense over time. Okay, I need to kind of reset all of them. They don't exactly realize that they're not supposed to be like this. Okay, does the filter recognize almost empty crystals? That will be actually a good test. Because all of them are not completely empty, they're almost empty. Nope, okay, that's bad actually. Well, I'm not ever going to get to that point, but every time that I want to add new crystals, I'm gonna have to do that annoying process. Well, at least good to know now and not later. Alright. There we go. Okay, so it filled up, it used the first one on this MFSU, and the moment it ticks again, it will be using it on this MFSU. And this way, I'm actually collecting faster. Again, assuming that both of them has energy and they can actually fill something, but yeah. Okay, so I should have everything that I need. Let's start building it. So the MFSU will be facing down. Okay, not like this. Like this. Into that MFSU. That will have a pneumatic tube with, let's see. Ooh, I'm actually going to need 2 retrievers here, you know, to keep it clean. Actually, I have to use 2 retrievers here to keep it clean. Oh wait, no, what am I doing? Oh, never mind, no. Ignore me. Okay, so let's move that chest. to the corner. Filter like this. Yep. This one will only be filtering out. Okay, I'm gonna need one of those. This one will only be filtering out full crystals. And this retriever will only be retrieving empty crystals. Of course, the other way around. Where is my screwdriver? Like this, back into the chest. Alright, so only empty ones. This is only full ones. This is being full. And alright, just need to give it some. I'm considering using this. No, never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna use the new one that I brought. Okay, so I'm gonna need to connect them with alloy wire. And get some cobblestone in here. And some blue electric signal from the roof. This is actually a lot easier than before. I can simply... I have some wire, I should have some wire. You can just, you know, bring it, the already existing power line that I have here on my roof to here. Okay, so the timer, every 10 seconds. Alright, just need a retriever to actually take the power. Don't think, yeah, 15 cables are not enough. Not even close. Good thing I have a wool farm. Okay, so let's connect the cable. Like this. And there we go. So this one should be receiving electricity. It may take a while apparently. Yep, long cable. Well, it does receive the energy. Let's also do what I did there. So there is some block here. I think this should be finally functioning. I should have power coming from my nuclear station. Which then obviously, of course... Oh, whoops. Actually, no, I don't need to change the entire design. I need the Lapotron crystals going here. Okay. Should have thought about it previously. Okay, let's see how do I fix this. Okay, so that was kind of derpy of me, as usual. But the solution will not be actually a lot harder than what it just was, yeah. You just draw the cable like this, place the MFSU like... Okay, I'm gonna need some block here, like this. Just rotate it. Whoops. Like this, okay. And simply just change the wiring. Yeah. Okay, so I also brought some covers in case I encounter a problem with my geothermal generators, which I think is actually what's going to happen. Okay, so this will be here. Filter will be here. Retriever will be here. Let's rotate everything accordingly. Actually, this is fine. This will look like this. Whoops. Okay, this will be a tube. This will be another tube, which I'll need to be separating with a cover. This will be chest. And this will be taking out full Lapotrons. This will be taking out empty Lapotrons. I need to route them both to power. Can however place the timer. The alloy wire. And it should be working, just need to route my retriever to power. Oh wait, and actually do this. Nope, not this. This. Okay. Okay, this will actually be, I think, even easier to do. Just move the energy from the side instead from the top. Like this. There we go. Should be receiving power. Little ugly from the outside, but you guys know me. I don't really care. Well, at least not that much. Yeah, it's powered. I am emptying out crystals that are being sent here. And now this one is actually generating more power because it's receiving both from those generators and from here. It receives more than 500 per tick, but it can only output 500 per tick, so this one is generating a buffer of power. Which is actually not that useful, to be honest. I have no really use for this, but sure, why not? Can throw those guys inside. Alright, and I'm officially using my nuclear power. Not bad. Not bad at all. Just let me fix my roof. Sunroof. Alright. Okay, so now that I'm actually using energy out of this thing, let's actually also start, monitoring it. So there is something, basically the same mod that added this thing, this information panel, also adds another type of panel, the remote information panel, which is called industrial or something. And this one will actually let me visually take information from this thing, such as the temperature and how much energy it's generating and some other useful things. Most notably, how long until I'm going to change the uranium. And this is actually the most useful one. So in order to use this, I'm actually going to need a couple of things. Except for all those weird colorings. You know what, actually let's begin with creating those guys. I'm going to need only, I think, one information panel, and the rest are those extenders. This is like the brain, and those are just for the looks. Okay, which color do I need? Do I need lime? Yeah, lime. Okay, I did make a lot of lime earlier, but apparently I think not enough. Not actually 9 is exactly enough for a 3x3. Oh no. Of course I'm going to need 2 for the last one. Okay, now let's go for 6x2. Let's get some more black coloring as well. Actually, let me arrange my inventory first. Okay, so let's start crafting it. I'm going to need more of those glass panes first. Let's just... I'm gonna plan to create 6. Yeah, I'm gonna do exactly 1 more stack. I did have a spare one, but still not enough. So 6 each. I'm gonna make a total of those 6 blocks. Okay, so the first... Oh, actually I forgot to bring some wood. There we go. Okay, so the first one is a little bit more expensive and different. It's going to require an electronic circuit, a redstone, this lime dye, and this ink sac. So this is the industrial, this is the brain, and the rest is a lot simpler. Just use this any type of wood, and you get the extenders. Alright, so let's place them in the world. Obviously they're not going to do anything yet because they're not connected to anything yet, but at least let's place them. Okay, so as you can see, they form this type of information. Now actually I'm going to need to connect this panel to my other panel. Right, and actually, you know what, I think I'm going to need to power this on with redstone. I'm not sure if any signal will take it. Let's just give it a try. Okay, so I'm going to need to connect that information panel with my actual reactor. So for this I'm going to need the sensor kit. I'm going to need, there is the counter, liquid, counter, energy, remote sensor kit. I think that's the one that I need. This is energy, this is liquid, this is... not sure. I think what I need is this, the remote sensor kit. So I'm going to need paper, which is not a problem, a digital thermometer. Let's just create a new one. Let's create some of them. I need redstone. Let's get some copper. I'm out of copper. I am officially out of copper. This is not so good. I didn't expect to run out so quickly. Okay, first let's create some more wires and get some more chipsets, which I'm currently out of. Okay, so for frequency transmitter, let's begin with this. So copper cable and a circuit. You can actually just exhaust all my copper cables. Yep. Good thing I can do this. Okay, so this one is easy. Electronic circuit and this. For my digital thermometer, I'm going to need some glowstone as well. Got my glowstone. Let's paste the recipe. Okay. And the piece of paper is not a big problem. Just need, let's steal some from here. So, piece of paper, actually you can just create the recipe like this, a remote sensor kit. Alright, so with this thing, I'm gonna need to activate it on my nuclear reactor. So the reactor basically learns that the sensor kit learns that this is the reactor that I'm interested in, just like this. So we can get back here. Now, however, right now they're very, very, very far away from each other. So yeah, I can insert this thing and recognize everything, but I can't actually use it because it's too far away. So for this, I'm going to need the range upgrade. Now, I'm actually not sure how many do I need, so I'm just going to create a bunch. Let's create like 10. I will need a lot more copper for this. I should have enough. Alright, so for each one I'm going to need a frequency transmitter. Let's create... let's just keep creating them. Yeah, I think that's enough. Oh, and they don't stack apparently. Oh no, they do stack, but this recipe doesn't stack. Should have used my project table. Never mind, too late. Okay, so this is on, and should insert them. Okay, it still doesn't work because I think it requires a redstone signal. Now the thing is, it may be required a redstone signal from the back, not from the front, so this may not work. Let's get the lever to check if that is indeed a problem. Or 3. And get some sleep as well. Okay, I have a feeling that I'm gonna have to connect it from the back, so let's just do that. Let's get a small platform here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, break this. Lever on. Okay. Do I get information now? Yep. Okay, so it's on. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, I don't really care if it's on or off. Actually, yeah, the temperature is telling it for me. Heat level, the temperature basically, I think, is that it? Yeah, the temperature I do want. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, it's telling me, okay. Max heat, not really interested. Melting temperature, not really interested. Output, I am interested, and remaining. So there you go. Now, this information panel, it's also having some blinking issue, probably because of Optifine. Yeah, Optifine does really like this Forge version. Anyway, yeah, this is the temperature, this is the output, and this is the remaining time, basically telling me that in 1 hour and 21 minutes and 39 seconds, I'm going to need to replace my uranium cells because they're gonna run out. Actually, let's give it a small test. Let's start, okay, right now, out of range, still out of range, still out of range, still out of range. Okay, actually I only need 4, so let's store the other 4. So yeah, there you go. Now for my base, I can completely forget about my nuclear reactor. Only if something is happening, for example, for any sort of reason, suddenly the temperature rises or I don't know what, can come here and check it. Now what this is, I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. It's actually quite interesting. Can I give it a name? Reactor 1. Does it make sense? Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so I see what it was doing. Just giving me a room to write the name. So if I have multiple of those screens, I can see what's each and every one of them is doing. All right. So yeah, I think this episode has been quite productive. I bet you guys would not disagree. So I'm finally utilizing my nuclear energy and moving it around. Everything is safe, and I can monitor everything from within my base, which is the biggest part that I'm actually happy about. The fact that I can just I don't have to visit the reactor anymore. I can just see here. However long do I have until I need to change my uranium cells. Alright, so as always, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.